Are you
Let's
struggling
get it,
to win
boys.
fights in ranked? If so, then you clicked on the right video, because this season I am already one of the top 202 players in Unreal Ranked.
Wow.
And today I'm going to be covering the 10 best ways to dominate every single fight in ranked in chapter 7. And I'm even going to be showing you some of the biggest mistakes you're making in ranked and show you how to fix them, so that by the time you're done with this video, you're never going to find yourself losing a fight in ranked ever again. Now before I start this video, if you do enjoy this type of content, make sure to like and subscribe. Also, if you want to support me even more, the best way to do so is by using code Farley in the Fortnite item shop. But now onto the video.
Farley, by the way.
Now the first thing you have to understand to win fights in ranked this season is every single fight is going to be different in some way or another.
Facts.
But no matter what type of fight you're in this season, you have to end fights quickly. So I'm going to show you a great example on how I end fights in the fastest way possible in chapter 7. Alright, so a good example on fighting smarter and piece controlling is right here. As you can see, there's a player on low ground below me hugging this wall. When I see this player below me, I don't want to give him a chance to shoot me, so I'm going to hold out cones and floors above this player, and after I get this doublet, I'm going to get a quick hit of opening damage, and I'm going to pump this player. Now as soon as I pump this player, I need to look at the direction he's facing so that I can pre-piece this player and full box him. And when I see him looking out to his right, so I'm going to hold out a floor and a double edit and pre-piece that area. So by the time he moves into it, I have a double hit on him and I can pump him in the face and crack him. Now as soon as I pump this player, notice how I've also placed a ramp right after I pump him, and this means he can't turn around and then just pump me in the face. And after I get this ramp, I make sure to full box this player by dropping in and holding walls all around him, and this means he can't leave the box anymore. And since I know this player is weak already, I can just make a simple edit on this player and I'm able to pump him in the face, spray him, and pick up a free elimination. And after I pick up this elim, notice I don't go for the loot, I instead create space so that I don't get third partied. So if you want to fight smarter and ranked and piece control your opponents, look at the direction they're moving into and you might be able to pre-piece them like this and get a full box on them and pick up a free kill.
Nice. Prediction is one of the biggest parts into improving your gameplay. Like if you truly want to improve, work on like predicting, pre-fire, anything that's more mental than actual like physical, like skill wise. Like that will help tremendously, 100%.
Moving on now, I'm going to be talking about the main reason that you die in ranked, and that is because you don't know how to deal with aggressive players properly. So I'm going to show you a great example on how to counter aggressive players and win the fight every single time. So an example on how to win fights against aggressive players is right here. As you can see, I am on low ground boxed up and there's an aggressive player trying to drop onto my walls and pressure me. Now the best way to counter a player like this is to catch them off guard. So what I'm going to do is edit the cone above me, and then I'm going to select an edit, but I'm not going to confirm it yet. Instead, I'm going to wait for the other player to drop onto my wall and start spraying. And this means he can't shoot back with his shotgun, so I can quickly edit on the player and pump him in the face and crack him without him even knowing what's going on. Since I've cracked the player now, I have the advantage in the fight. So I'm going to quickly edit up on the player and then hold out a cone. This is going to stop him from taking height. And now that I've done this, I'm going to place a wall in front of me and then edit on the wall and then full box the player by placing walls behind him. So now that he's trapped in my box. And after I've full boxed this player, notice how I've then fully swung to the left of my wall to keep myself protected so that the other player can't see me by the time he's full boxed. This means now I have a super easy pump shot on the player and I can just spray him twice and pick up a quick elimination on this player. So if you want to win fights against aggressive players, try to catch them off guard with a quick edit and then fight them with aggression to counter them.
Nah, and that right there is another great tip, because basically what he's saying, boys, is like the unpredictability. Like that's the most unpredictable play, one of the most unpredictable plays you can make. They don't know if you're holding your edit. They really don't know what you're doing. All they know is that you're in the box. So by like holding a ramp edit, holding a cone edit like that, you'll completely catch them off guard like 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10.
Now one of the main questions people have to win fights in ranked is how do you fight against defensive players that play from good peaks? But one of the best ways you can counter a player like this is by learning how to bait your opponents to peek you. Alright, so a great example on how to fight a player like this is right here. As you can see, there's a player boxed up below me on low ground and he keeps creating a bunch of space and he just doesn't want to fight me in general. Now the best way to win a fight against a player like this is to bait them to push you so you can full box them. So what I'm going to do is place a wall in front of the cone I know he's editing on, and then I'm going to break on the cone to the right of him so that he thinks I'm distracted. This is going to make the player think he can edit up through that cone and sprint up and try and jump me. But as soon as he does this, I've now caught him, and what I can do is make a window edit on that wall and then place a cone. What this is going to do is instantly stop the player from going up on taking height, and now I have an easy right hand peek on this player. So all I have to do is pump sit, wait for the other player to walk back in, and I'm going to have an easy pump shot, and I can pump him and crack him and reset the wall. And after I do this, I do have the wall to the right of him, so I can just quickly edit and kill him. So if you want to win fights against super defensive players that don't want to peek you, you need to bait them in some way to thinking they have the advantage, and then you can catch them off guard just like this.
Agree. Like
Moving on now, I'm going to be talking about a great way you can full piece and 200 your opponents every single time in ranked, and that is by learning how to pre-piece. So in this fight right here, as you can see, I am wingsuiting on the edge of the map, and I see this player up in front of me. Now, since I see him before me, I need to catch him off guard. So I'm going to slide into the ground off of my wingsuit and carry my momentum towards the player to catch him off guard. Now, as soon as the other player reacts to this, he's going to instantly try and box up and create space. Now, since I know this player is going to place walls first when he tries to box up, I'm going to instead jump up above him and then hold out a double edit above this player so I can grab the floor and cone above him before he can full box. Now that I have this double edit on this player, I'm going to double edit down on him, and I'm going to pump him in the face, and I'm going to crack him. And when I do this, I then see that the player is trying to edit out to the right. So what I'm going to do is pre-piece that box and create a box over there so that when he moves into that space, I have it pre-pieced and I can pump him once more. And now he's super weak on HP and he's going to try and run away. So since I have him super weak, I can just grab the wall from him, edit on him, pump him, and then pick up a free elim. So if you want to win fights in ranked in chapter 7, start learning how to catch your opponents off guard and carry momentum so they don't have time to react to your piece control.
Nah, W, chat. Like, as long as you piece them up, that's why piece control, like everybody like says is overrated and all that, but piece control is a huge game changer. Like, you don't even have to full box anyone. As long as you get the right pieces and shoot at the right time and do the right things at the right time, you'll be good, brother. You'll be good. The hardest part about anything is just finding out when's the right time.
Now I'm going to be talking about a really consistent way you can win fights in rank no matter what, and that is by learning how to stop taking damage while fighting. So an example of this in a fight is right here. As you can see, I am on low ground, boxed up, and there's another player up above me trying to drop onto my wall and steal it. Now when I see this player drop onto my wall, I'm going to jump up, edit through my wall, and then I see the player moving out to my left. So I'm going to really quickly set up a double edit in that area, but when I do this, I know he's just going to pump sit and wait for me to edit. So all I'm going to do is a simple double edit reset. I'm going to act like I'm double editing down on the player, but then I'm just going to quickly reset it after I edit, and this is going to bait the player to shoot the floor instead of me. And now that I've done this, I can easily pump him in the face and then crack him, and now he's weak on HP. And when the player tries to run away from me, I see that the back wall is open, so that's where he's going to go. So I'm going to set up a pre-piece, double it down, and then pump the player and get him super weak on HP. And since he's super weak now, he panics, he tries to run away, so I can just chase him down and then just pump him and then pick up a free kill. So if you want to become a very good fighter in the brand new season, learn how to stop taking damage and bait out your opponent's shots like this, so you stop taking damage, and that means you're going to win way more fights in ranked. Moving on now, I'm going to be talking about a great way you can catch your opponents off guard this season, and that is by learning how to go into your opponent's blind spot while fighting. Alright, so let's use this fight right here as an example. As you can see, there is a player up on high ground waiting for me to push him, and he's just going to try and pump me when I go up. Now since I know the player is waiting for me to push him, I'm instead going to edit below this player, and I'm going to go in his blind spot so he can't see me. And since I go in his blind spot, he doesn't have time to react when I jump out behind this player, pump him in the face, and then I'm able to crack him and get the wall in front of this player. Now after I get this wall on this player, I'm quickly going to make a window edit, and I'm going to full box the player. But as I full box the player, notice how I then quickly swing to the left. Even though I'm not protected, me swerving like this to the left is going to dodge the other player's shot and make sure I don't take any damage.
Nah, I'm gonna be honest. Let me just say this before you finish it. He got lucky. That guy literally just missed a shot. Like, he literally just missed a shot. Like he said, he was unprotected, but nah, that's just due to the guy having trash aim.
When I full box the player. And now that I have this player full boxed, I'm able to hit him for 60 white. And at this point, he's just super weak, so I place a cone below me so he can't grab it. And then I just edit on him, and I pick up a free elim. So if you want to win fights easily in ranked this season, start learning to go in your opponent's blind spot so they can't see you, so you can catch them off guard like this. Moving on now, I'm going to be talking about one of the fastest ways to end fights this season, and that is by learning how to cut off your opponent's angles. Alright, so an example of this in a fight is right here. As you can see, I am on the edge of zone on top of this hill, and another player is going to wingsuit over and push towards me. When I see this, I'm going to give myself an advantage in the fight by pre-popping a slurp so I have more health than him. And when I do this, the other player tries to build up and set up a double edit towards me. So since I know he's going to edit on that, I'm going to hold my floor and I'm going to wait to confirm the edit until he edits. Then when he edits, I can catch him off guard, pump him in the face, and then crack him super quickly. Now as soon as I crack this player, he's obviously going to try and run in the opposite direction and then go and create space and pop his meds. So instead of pushing up to this player's wall, I'm going to cut him off by going below him, jumping up behind him, 180ing, and then holding out a wall. This is then going to cut the player off and catch him off guard with a wall in his face that I now have control of. And I can simply edit on the player from here and then just pump him in the face and pick up a free elim. But I only won this fight super fast because I noticed that he was going to change directions and I was able to cut him off before he could do so. So do this to win more fights in ranked. Moving on now, I'm going to be talking about one of the biggest mistakes you're making in ranked, and that is limiting yourself to one box of space while fighting in ranked. Alright, so a simple example of this mistake is right here. As you can see, I am boxed up, I don't have a lot of mats, and there's a player boxed up next to me trying to fight me. Now when this player breaks the wall in front of me, I'm going to catch him off guard with a quick pre-fire, and then I'm going to get onto his wall. But when we look at the player right here, you're going to notice he makes the mistake of only creating one box of space. The reason this is a problem is because if your opponent tries to jump in on you, you're never going to have time to react and you're going to be cooked. And since I see this player make this mistake, I take this opportunity to place a cone, flip it like a ramp so that I can pickaxe swing in and phase into his box and basically just one pump him and pick up a free elim. But the reason this player died isn't because he's a bad player, it's just because he made this mistake of only creating one box of space. So now that I've shown you this mistake in ranked, I'm going to actually show you how to fix it. Alright, so if you want to fix this, it's pretty simple. Let's say your opponent is boxed up here like that other guy saw me, and you want to get up to his wall and you want to take it, right? And you want to push him. Instead of directly going up to this wall, instead what you'd want to do is do it from a box away. So see how I built two boxes, but I'm also being safe so I can spray the wall from here without any risk of getting edited on. Because I could be on this wall right here, grab it from you, and then just edit on you. And if you're in this box, you're cooked. But if I grab the wall and edit on you and you're behind there, you have a good peek on me. So instead, when you're going for an opponent's wall, don't just make one box, have the extra box so you can steal the wall from a box away, and then you can move forward however you want to.
No, facts. Great tip. Like you said, boys, never sit in one box. Steal two, or three, or four, but never one.
Now I'm going to be talking about the main reason that you're dying in rank this season, and it's because you're not placing cones in your boxes. So an example of this mistake would be right here. As you can see, I am in a final 1v1 between me and another player. Now eventually in this fight, I'm going to box this player, get a hit of opening damage, and then eventually he's going to run away and box up. Now as soon as I drop onto this player's wall right here, I notice a mistake made by this player right here. He doesn't place a cone in his box, and this means even though you have all of these walls surrounded around you, if I place a cone right here, he's instantly trapped in this cone now and the box doesn't matter at all, and his only option is to drop a layer. So since I know he has to fall down a layer, I'm going to place a wall there, edit it, and then he's going to be stuck obviously, and I'm going to have a free pump shot on him, and then I can just pump him once more, and I'm going to pick up a free elim and a free win as well. So now that I've shown you this mistake in ranked, I'm going to actually show you how to fix it. But even if you can't place a cone, or you don't have time, or you don't have mats, don't stand in the center of the box, because that's how you're going to get phased in the cone. So instead, what you should do is never stand in the middle of the box and always just stay on the outsides. So in case the cone does get placed, you can just react to it, edit out, and then, go up and rebox again. Also, it's super important to place a cone in your box, because if somebody jumps in and they somehow get past this wall, I can quickly flip up the cone and then they're trapped in this box, right? And then I can just edit out and then I have them full box in the cone. So if you're fighting in ranked and you get cracked, never forget to place a cone in your box. Always do this. If you don't, you're going to die. Now that is going to wrap up this video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll be live later today.
Yo, I hope everybody enjoyed watching the video as much as I enjoyed watching it. If you haven't already, hit the sub button, hit the like button, and as always, until next time.